Here's the newest addition to the bunch of animals. You just want to get that rooster, don't you? She's about 10 weeks old. She's a boxer pointer mix. So far she's been quiet and really well behaved, so. We also got a farm kitty. That's kind of her best friend. They play all the time, run like maniacs around the house together. I made a video like 2 weeks ago and I couldn't get my desktop figured out with the program to edit it, and just got pushed off for days, and then I'm like, what's the point if it's not current? So, Lily, come on. Out. Just doing a little cleanup in the garden here. As you can see, the pumpkin and the compost is just going nuts. Trying to train it like up and out, and trying to have this one go between the pallet and the post and just go into the yard, because I, gotta have a path. So these beans I planted late are starting to climb. It's hard to tell with the onions, but it looks like they're getting to be something at least. There's a lot of season left, so I don't know about the sets on this side. Had to take a break. He wanted to show you his four-wheeler. Go fast. We'll get back to the garden in a second, but if any of you have power wheels like these ones, there's a John Deere one back here, there's this one. Got all these for free because they quote-unquote didn't work. And when you plug the battery in with these type of connections, they just didn't work. But underneath this cover that goes around the battery, there's a separate connection, and those always jimmy loose. So you just have to directly connect it to the battery, and then all of these ones work. So we kind of have a few too many, and they're pretty good pals. Luna was going after the rooster through the fence, and the rooster was lunging at her, and then Lily would get in between the two of them and kind of try to protect her. So they're getting along really good. Anyways, back to the garden. The storms we've had recently have really pushed a lot of the beans out of line. They're loaded and just getting a little bit heavy. These are going to be the dry ones, and then you kind of can't really see the green beans going down the center of this one. So fava bean flowers are always one of the prettiest flowers. So those are coming up around the peppers here. Ooh, I didn't see that. We actually have a flower on the ghost pepper. Not gonna ripen or get to any real good size, but so these bell peppers have bounced back. There are a bunch of small ones on there. Stacy's kind of loud. Got a bunch of lemon drops, and I had a couple ripe peperoncini peppers here. There's a whole bunch on this plant. How small it is. Ground cherries are producing. I need to just shake them, get the ripe ones to fall off. There's one, got a couple on the ground here. So they're just loaded down. So those are always one of the tastiest things. Got an overripe zucchini here. I might just leave it now that it's this size and give it to the chickens. There's some more on these other plants here. Lots of flowers yet. Tons. So the kale must not be liking the heat. Stuff on this end is getting there, but so I picked up this bad boy here. for next year, I don't have any space to use it. It's got some nice points on it, and bicycle rim, and it's all metal, so it sure is easy to push. Just along the front edge there, I was able to test it out, and man, it just annihilates all the weeds, and it's going to be amazing when I have, you know, all this tilled up all the way to the woods, and I can just run down the rows with it. Super easy to go to weed between all the rows of everything, so pretty excited for next year. Squash are pretty small. They're probably not going to do anything. We have some small immature ones, but these ones back here actually look better, and I planted these later. There's a couple plants per spot, but I don't think they'll do much either. So I'm not really too concerned about things this year. Just see how it goes and really amp it up for next year. So I closed down the tent entirely, except for my spinach the vining spinach I just put in the front window there. These peppers were covered in bugs, like the eggs all over the leaves, and they were just not even growing. As you can see, the deer have been in here nipping the tops off. I just threw them outside just to see what would happen, but yep, just had a bug problem and had to shut her down for this year. But these zinnias are starting to get to be a pretty decent size. Lots of cool colors. Let's see. Like this lime green one, and let's see, there's some like reds and oranges, and these have got a ways to go, but I really like the green ones. This one's kind of a green with some like pinkish hues, so they got kind of thrown around by the storms. One storm on Friday night. Super green sky. We got hail hitting into the windows, and I don't know how these trees in back here didn't lose any branches, because I don't know how. It's just crazy how far they can bend and not break. So let's see. Stacy mostly has been irritating me. She's been digging up the lawn where I planted grass and stuff and just tearing things up. So I had this extra roll of 4-foot fencing here, and so I took out that section of fencing there, and I've been moving this. They were right here. You can see the line there. They were there for like 5 days, and then I just moved it over here along the woods line, and they just have a little area to eat down, and then next I'll probably do it up that way. But just a little too destructive, and getting into things they shouldn't be. So, but I like rotating them back and forth on the lawn. That'll be a good way to improve it, that's for sure. Doing a little better keeping up on the trails, and he's been doing some trail riding, and this thing's surprisingly doesn't get stuck too often. He was able to make it up a slope like this onto the driveway over there, but go! Uh-oh. Finally ran out of battery. You've been driving it for hours. Yeah. Guess we'll have to pull the battery out, okay? No. Because it's dead. Go! Whoa! Uh-oh. I've just been doing a little bit of work on the coop, painting the trim boards and that window. Did a beat of caulking along here, up the sides, stuff like that. I can't remember what I showed you guys last even. Holy cow, you guys are really digging around. Put up a roosting bar here, and finally got their trough mounted, because they would always, it would get filled up with bedding and tipped over, and so much feed wasted. But just little improvements. This is probably a better way to do it. Give you an aerial view. So there's the garden and the backyard there, and the side yard. That's a trail I've been working on there. I have it cut all the way to the back. Goes all the way, but I don't have it mowed, and I gotta trim off some stumps and stuff. Oh, there's the front yard and stuff. There he comes. Hi! So, this is the spray foam roof. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but they just went right over the seam, over the porch, and this is the way to do it. When I had to cut into that for the dryer vent that they just foamed over, which was just, I don't know what people are thinking, but this coating is much more durable and flexible than I thought. I did all this white stuff just to seal up everything. But they actually sell it at Walmart just by the gallon, so I don't need to buy 5 gallons at once. But I'm thankful for this, because if it had the old metal roof, oof, those leak all the time, I've heard. So, but there's the chicken area there, and so I guess I really don't know what else to show you guys. Not too much going on around here, really, but man, he is just going around that loop over and over and over. Somehow he makes it back up onto the driveway every time. Just spinning the tires. But I have been working on the kitchen table here. This was a extremely dark finish on here, really soft, and you know, hot cups and stuff would discolor it and leave a circle. Tons of scratches, just a terrible finish on the top. So sanding it down here, we're going to leave it like this. I got a little bit more to do with something like 220 grit, but I love how you can see all the planks and everything. So it should be a good table after we do like 5 coats of poly and stuff. So yeah. Do you need some help?
No.
You don't need help? Kind of got her stuck there, huh?
Huh?
Got it stuck? Sure you don't want help? Ugh. How about I help you?
No.
No?
It needs to put wood forward.
Okay. Well, why don't you do it yourself?
Huh?
Well, I think that about does it, guys. I will update you on the finished product as far as the kitchen table goes, and come up with something a little more exciting for the next video. So we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.